welcome back to the Emerald World. Today it is time for yet another Doors update. This is the Great Outdoors. This is everything you need to know in the new Outdoors subfloor. So yeah, let's get straight in. First we're going to be going through all the new entities, starting with the Groundskeeper. And this is probably one of the coolest entities Doors has added in a long time. Basically, the whole point of the Groundskeeper is that whenever he sees you touching grass, he will immediately start chasing you, and eventually when he gets to you, he'll kill you. And once he sees you touching grass, he runs really fast, so you're not really going to escape him that easily. Unless you make it to like an area that's not on the grass and you're there for like a while before he gets to you. It's kind of weird how his AI decides whether he wants to kill you or not. But he'll be walking around in like pretty much half of the rooms in the subfloor. So you're gonna want to look out for him. Next we have this annoying screech-like entity called the Mandrake, which basically will pop out of literally nowhere and start screaming at you. And if you've ever seen Harry Potter, then you would know how to deal with these guys. Same way that they did in Harry Potter, you replant the Mandrake. So you'll see like a vine that goes to where the Mandrake needs to be planted. So you just want to follow that vine and then plant it in the ground. Before its screams can kill you. So through the first couple of rooms of the new subfloor, you're gonna only be greeted by Mandrake and Groundskeeper, but there's also one more that comes at like 400 meters or something like that, and this one is called Surge, and it's sort of a rush-like entity. So when you see green lightning, that is your warning that he is about to come. And it's basically giving you a warning that you should hide in a closet, or you can go into a cabin to hide from him instead, because there's cabins spread all throughout the subfloor. So you can go into a cabin or use a closet to hide from Surge when he comes. This next one is probably going to end up being the most hated entity in the entire game. This is the Monument entity. There's plenty of monuments or statues that you will see throughout the subfloor, but some of them can actually come to life and start chasing you. So you want to be on a lookout. If you see like one that appears to be moving, or like has like a crack through the middle of it that's like opening and closing, then you definitely want to keep an eye on it, because basically how it works is if you look at it, it won't come for you, but if you stop looking at it for a while, it'll start to chase you, and it can move pretty fast. And also, you can hear its footsteps, because it does like grow legs, but it's really quiet, so you're not going to hear its footsteps unless you're like really close to it, and at that point, you're probably going to die from it, because of how close you are and it's moving. So yeah, but if it's like in a position where it's like just standing there and you're looking at it and it's not moving, you can actually walk up to it and like you can like run into it and it won't kill you. So that is one good thing about it, is that like if you accidentally walk into a monument that you don't know is alive, then it won't kill you. It'll only kill you if if it's chasing you. The next new entity is basically just a copycat of Seek. So around like the middle of the subfloor, you'll start seeing trees that have eyes on them that kind of will remind you of Seek Eyes. And that is basically, they do the same thing as Seek Eyes. It's basically a warning that in a few rooms you will be chased by a creature. And that creature is called Eyestalk. Basically the exact same thing as the Seek Chase. You want to run from it as fast as you can, and you also want to look out for Snare on the ground, because Snare is in the subfloor, and Snare is actually the next new entity. I don't really have much to say about Snare. He's just this annoying little thing that you step on, and it's like a spike trap. Just like in the greenhouse, it can't kill you. It will do damage, but like once you get to a low enough health, I think it just stops or something like that. So yeah, it can't kill you, but it is just as annoying as it is in the greenhouses. So we've reached the final boss of the subfloor, and the final boss's name is Bramble. And basically how Bramble works is if its light is off, then you can walk around freely, but as soon as its light turns on, and like you're close enough to it, then you cannot move, but you can still look around, so it's not like a 90, but you just can't move while its light is on if it's near you. And if it's not like aggro onto you, like if it doesn't see you moving, then it can just walk right through you and nothing will happen. But if you move, then it'll start doing damage to you, and it'll chase you, and eventually once it reaches you, you will die. And so yeah, basically what you want to do is you just kind of want to avoid him as much as possible, but he can like teleport to like different lamps around the maze that he spawns in. So you can't really escape him that much, but just try to stay away from him and just kind of get on with the objective. Now we're going to be moving on to items, and the first one is the new lantern, which is actually very similar to a lighter, and it just like lights up the area around you, but it has a lot more durability, but I think it's a weaker light. Like, there's not as much light as a lighter, but it has a lot more durability than a lighter, so you can kind of choose which one you want, because I'm pretty sure a lighter is also in the pre-run shop, so you can have a lighter if you want. The next item is a compass. This basically points you to the next door, which, I mean, it's okay in the outdoor, but if you take it to the hotel and mines, it can actually prevent you from getting duped, because it'll tell you which door's the right door. So that can be really handy in the hotel and the mines, but in the outdoor, it's alright. Next we have this little key here, and you can actually find a lot of these in the vine chests, because there are shears in the outdoors, and there's vine chests, and you can open them, and you can actually find quite a bit of these keys just by opening those, and these keys unlock a like little shed that you can find in like side rooms and stuff. So if you go exploring, you'll find these little sheds that you can open. You can use these keys to open. And in those sheds is the next item, which is the Lotus Petal. Now these don't really do anything on their own, but if you get 8 of them, you can unlock a secret close to the end of the game, because if you give 8 Lotus Petals to this guy called Grampy, he will make our next item, which is the Lotus Flower. This flower is really good. Basically, you plant it anywhere in any subfloor, or regular floor for that matter, and basically it will grow a little vine, and then you can revive anywhere. You can revive at that spot that you planted. So you can be anywhere, like you can be on a completely separate floor, and then you can still, like, if you die, you can still use the Lotus Flower to revive at the subfloor that you planted it at. That's all the items in the subfloor, but there are a few tips that I want to tell you guys. Number 1 being, do not buy shears in the pre-run shop in the outdoor, because there are shears like on the first room. Guaranteed there's shears in the first room of the outdoor. So it's kind of a waste of, I think it's like 150 knobs. It's kind of a waste to buy shears. Next tip, just constantly look behind your back after like every room that you go through to see if there is a monument in a place where it shouldn't be, because if there is, then you know that one is alive and trying to chase you, and then if you see one, just keep looking back and forth every now and then, because you don't want that thing getting to you, otherwise it is an insta-kill. Number 3, don't always put your Lotus Flower in the outdoor like as soon as you get it from Grampy, because you'll plant it and like you can't revive anywhere else. So like save it for somewhere that like it would be nice to like revive once you're done. Like don't always use it right away, and like even if you're gonna use it in the outdoor, don't put it right when you get it from Grampy, because you're most likely, if you die in the outdoor, you're probably gonna die to Bramble after you get the flower if you made it to Grampy. So put it like right before the Bramble section so that you can revive, and then automatically go back to the Bramble thing. And that is everything. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell notifications, which you can do if you are subscribed. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.